Chapter 15, they had just gone through the Red Sea. The Lord had defeated their enemies. Pharaoh and the Egyptians and the army were destroyed in the Red Sea. They are in the wilderness on their way to the promised land. And it's really cool. The Bible shares with us a song that God's people sang to him. Now, I'm going to read it to you. I'm not going to sing it because it doesn't come with the melody with it, and I can't sing. But in chapter 15, it says, Then Moses and the Israelites sang the song to the Lord. I will sing to the Lord, for he is exalted. Both horse and driver he has hurled into the sea. The Lord is my strength and my defense. He has become my salvation. He is my God, and I will praise him. My Father's God, and I will exalt him. The Lord is a warrior. The Lord is his name. Pharaoh's chariots and his army he has hurled into the sea. The best of Pharaoh's officers are drowned in the Red Sea. The deep waters have covered them. They have sank to the depths like a stone. Your right hand, Lord, was majestic in power. Your right hand, Lord, shattered the enemy. In the greatness of your majesty, you threw down those who oppose you. You unleashed your burning anger. It consumed them like stubble. By the blast of your nostrils, the waters piled up. The surging waters stood up like a wall. The deep waters congealed in the hearts of the seas, talking about how the Red Sea was parted by the hand of the Lord. The enemy boasted, I will pursue, I will overtake them. I will divide the spoils. I will gorge myself on them. I will draw my sword, and my hand will destroy them. But you blew with your breath, and the sea covered them. They sank like lead in the mighty waters. Who among the gods is like you, Lord? Who is like you, majestic in holiness, awesome in glory, working wonders? You stretch out your right hand, and the earth swallows your enemies. In your unfailing love, you will lead the people you have redeemed. In your strength, you will guide them to your holy dwelling. The nations will hear and tremble. Anguish will grip the people of Philistia or the Philistines. The chiefs of Edom will be terrified. This was the Edomites. The leaders of Moab will be seized with trembling. These were people who were against God's people. The people of Canaan will melt away. This is talking to people in the promised land. Terror and dread will fall on them. By the power of your arm, they will be as still as stone until your people pass by, Lord, until the people you bought pass by. You will bring them in and plant them on the mountain of your inheritance. The place, Lord, you made for your dwelling, the sanctuary your hands established. The Lord reigns forever and ever. Verse 19. When Pharaoh's horses, chariots, and horsemen went into the sea, the Lord brought the waters of the sea back over them, but the Israelites walked through the sea on dry ground. Then Miriam, the prophet, Aaron's sister, took a timbrel in her hand, and all the women followed her with timbrels and dancing. Miriam sang to them, Sing to the Lord, for he is exalted. Both horse and driver he is hurled into the sea. They had written the song to the Lord, and I believe that it's fitting that they wrote a new song to the Lord. You see, God had done something new. God had done something powerful. God had done something unexpected. And they didn't want to bring God the same worship song. They didn't want to bring God the same praise song. Not that it's wrong to sing the same worship song over and over and let it sink in your heart, but there was something significant about this moment. Their offering was not something tangible or a possession. Their offering was their worship. And in this moment, God had done something incredible for them. And out of their abundance of joy, out of their abundance of gratefulness, they wanted to offer God a new song because they believed that he was worthy of a new song. And it says that in verse 22, then Moses led Israel from the Red Sea and they went into the desert of Shur. For 3 days they traveled in the desert without finding water. I want you to watch this. 3 days they were in the desert without water. How quickly the minds and hearts of people can turn. When they came to Marah, they could not drink its water because it was bitter. That is why the place is called Marah, for the water is bitter. Marah means bitter. So the people grumbled against Moses, saying, What are we to drink? Then Moses cried out to the Lord, and the Lord showed him a piece of wood. He threw it into the water, and the water became fit to drink. Then the Lord issued a ruling and instruction for them and put them to rest. He said, If you listen carefully to the Lord your God and do what is right in his eyes, if you pay attention to his commands and keep all his decrees, I will not bring on you any of the diseases I brought on the Egyptians, for I am the Lord who heals you. Then they came to Elim, where there were 12 springs and 70 palm trees, and they camped there near the water. Their hearts had gotten a little hardened, if you will. They had gotten a little grumbly. They had gotten a little whiny. That can happen to us sometimes when things don't go our way. And sometimes when we have a bad attitude, we'll say things that are unwise, or we'll have opinions or perspectives that are not healthy, and God's doing a little attitude adjustment with them here. But as we'll see, there's more grumbling that will come in the future that we'll learn about, and there's more adjustment that will need to take place over time. You might be thinking, what can I take and apply to my life? We need to be careful that when we go into situations that are less than ideal, or we're in circumstances that we did not expect, that we don't lose our peace, that we don't lose our joy because something isn't going how we thought it would go. No matter what you're walking through, trust in the Lord. Don't grumble, don't complain. Have a right heart, have a right attitude, and be full of joy. Be blessed today.